Good afternoon, everybody. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Diamante's neighborhood. So I'm Diamante. I'm the Deputy Executive Director of the URA, and I also hold the esteemed privilege of being the Executive Director of the Pittsburgh Housing Development Corporation. And I am so excited to be here today to introduce you to the work that's been happening here in the Upper Hill. And so we have been talking in Pittsburgh about this notion of affordable housing, affordable home ownership. And so I'm overjoyed today to talk about and give you an example of what that looks like in motion, what this will look like once we put the resources and the dollars and the technical expertise behind it to make what you see here happen all across the city of Pittsburgh. And so today's events will include brief remarks followed by a walking tour. So you're going to see the site, you're going to see the work that the PHDC has been doing in this neighborhood in partnership with the Schenley Heights Collaborative over the past several years, and also in tandem with other partners such as Neighborhood Allies and other community groups that are acting here in the neighborhood. The tour will feature homes along Anaheim Street, Cherokee, Camp, Shawnee Streets, and Bryn Mawr Road. Before I introduce our first speaker, I want to give you a little bit of background about the PHDC and what it does for those of you that may not be familiar. So the PHDC is the Pittsburgh Housing Development Corporation. It is an affiliate of the URA, and you can now think of it as a partner to the Pittsburgh Land Bank. It was created in 1994 after the URA recognized that certain neighborhoods were not receiving investment. Right? Certain neighborhoods were not seeing the kind of investment that was necessary to keep all neighborhoods moving forward. And so the URA created the affiliate to begin developing affordable housing and affordable ownership opportunities in historic neighborhoods. The mission is to develop housing throughout the city of Pittsburgh, specifically in low to moderate income census tracts where home ownership is less than a dream. It is your wildest dream. It is not the thing that naturally happens for people living in low to moderate income neighborhoods because we don't place a lot of intentional focus. And so the PHDC wanted to fill that gap and work with both the community development community as well as low to moderate income home buyers to make that dream a reality. Since its inception, the PHDC has either developed or assisted with nearly 300 units of housing. Most of these have been for sale, and most of them have been sold to low to moderate income buyers. That's an investment of about $68 million of housing across Pittsburgh's neighborhoods. The PHDC began housing investment projects here in the Upper Hill in 2002 in response to the vision cast by Mrs. Phyllis Lavelle. Since that time, the Schenley Heights Collaborative, in partnership with the PHDC, has developed 21 affordable homes. That's about $4.6 million of investment, and it has plans for 11 additional units, some of which you'll see today. And so on this tour, you're going to see the level of investment that the PHDC has been doing since 2002. And so with that, I would like to introduce you to the matriarch of this community, Ms. Phyllis Lavelle. She is the owner of Lavelle Real Estate and the president of Schenley Heights Collaborative, PHDC's community partner here in the Upper Hill.
Thank you, Diamante. Good afternoon and welcome to each of you. Without a doubt, I have to start my remarks today and tell you that God is really good. I had a major fall this morning and did not think I'd be able to greet you. But I'm here. I will not do the tour with you, but I did want to greet each of you this morning. As Diamante said, I'm Phyllis Lavelle, a resident of the Hill District, a business owner, and president of the Schenley Heights Collaborative. The Collaborative is an 501c3. We're all volunteers, and we are the recognized community organization for the city of Pittsburgh for this area. We partner with the Urban Redevelopment Authority, with PHDC. We partner with Neighborhood Allies. Quite frankly, we'll partner with anyone that wants to help us do what we're trying to do. Our ideas and our goals are to have a healthy, affordable community for everybody who would like to live here. To that end, we search this community for every vacant, abandoned house we can find. If the city owns it, we ask for it. If a private individual owns, we try to buy it. We are not investors, so we don't have a lot of money to spend. We pay a fair price, but we don't pay beyond the market. We take those houses and do what I like to call total gut rehab. We take them all the way down and then rebuild. We even brought in from North Carolina hardwood so that we could restore the hardwood floors that had originally been in so many of these homes. That rehab project is what we do for low to moderate income individuals. We also do some new construction, and as you can imagine, it's hard to do new construction, especially post-COVID, for low to moderate income families. We can try and put moderate income families in. It's without a doubt, the new construction is our market rate project. I'm not sure who all is here, but if you represent a philanthropic organization, please come talk with us. We need your help. If you represent one of the banks, please come talk with us. We need your help. We need funding for the work we do. Our people who buy need mortgages. If you're interested in buying a home and living in the community with us, please come talk with us. My office is at the corner of Heron and Center. It's kind of hard not to find us, and we're in the phone book. So if you want to talk, please reach out to us. I think that's about everything I need to share. Thank you again for coming.
Thank you, Mrs. Lavelle. And so I would like to take a quick break and thank a few folks before we bring up our next speaker. So this work is not made possible without staff who believe in the mission and who work tirelessly to deliver what you're about to see. So I want to thank Rich Snipe and his entire team. Without Rich Snipe, I can tell Rich has been with the URA for about 30 years and very recently took over as the Deputy Executive Director of the PHDC and has transformed the work that's happening not only here in the Hill District, but across Pittsburgh's neighborhood. And in working with Rich on his team is Justin Belton, Jarmel Fairclaw, Dave Howe, Dave Major, and Gloria Taylor. Without them, the work that you see happening here would not be possible. So I want to thank you. Please give them a round of applause. All right. And so the next speaker, I will tell you that the work that we're doing here, it doesn't happen if you don't have political support, if you don't have a person with vision who's really committed to their district. And so Councilman Lavelle has been a stalwart partner, not only as a URA board member, but as a member of council. He has worked with me and he has given me the support and given our team the support that is necessary in order to deliver high quality affordable housing. Because affordable housing is one thing. It's another thing for it to be high quality. And so he has worked tirelessly on council to that end. So I'd like to bring up Councilman Lavelle for a few brief remarks and again thank him for his leadership.
Thank you. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Thank you. It is hot, so I will be very brief. But what I do want to say, I had one idea what I thought I was going to say, but yesterday evening, I sat through a public hearing where over 70 individuals, many of whom called in and essentially said to City Council, you all should delay your vote. You should not move the ARP dollars forward, but rather we should spend weeks, months, a lot of time discussing what the need of our city and our communities are. We already know what the need is. Our community, our residents have articulated what the needs of our community is. My mother got up here and talked about a plan this neighborhood has. She spoke about the fact that we've invested over $4 million into this neighborhood. But the plan that was done last year, research, actually said we needed a minimum of $10 million for this neighborhood. We have a once in a lifetime opportunity to begin really structurally changing our neighborhoods in this city. And that work should begin right now. And so this is less a message to you, but to many of my colleagues, that I believe that the plan that the mayor and council leadership put together needs to be voted on immediately so that we can begin investing the additional $6 million this neighborhood needs, so that we can begin investing the additional resources that Homewood and many chartiers where the PHDC is doing additional work, that we can really begin turning around these neighborhoods. And we have a once in a lifetime opportunity to do that. With that being said, I do need to thank two people in particular. I'm not going to say a lot of names because there's too many people here to name, but I also do just want to really thank Richard Snipe. Richard has been a visionary in terms of working through the URA processes, working with the community, and figuring out how to really begin working and turning these neighborhoods around and working on these homes. I just want to thank him, and I want to thank what I'm going to call his partner in crime, David Major, as well, who has also come in, even sometimes sort of after my ideas may not have worked or other people's ideas may have not worked, and said, well, here's how we can solve this and really move this forward. So I really want to thank you for the work that you all have done. With that, I also just need to thank the residents of the neighborhood. She said it, but it needs to be said that the Schenley Heights Collaborative is an all-volunteer organization that is comprised of residents of this neighborhood, of Diamante's neighborhood, that have come together for a vision to rebuild their neighborhood. And any support that can be provided to them should be. So thank you all for being here. Please take the tour. Please highlight what we're trying to get done. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Councilman. I'd also like to thank. That's all right.
No, I was supposed to bring up comments.
That's all right. And so I want to thank the PHDC board members. So we do have PHDC board members in the audience. If you could raise your hand very quickly, just so that folks know that you're here representing the governance structure. We are very thankful for this new board and thankful to Mayor Peduto and Chief Gilman for helping us to identify board members that have really been making a difference. So thank you for that. So up next, I'd like to introduce Thomas Graham. He is representing the Honorable Jake Wheatley's office, and we'll give a few remarks.
So thank you everybody for having me. Thank you everybody for having our office. Although the representative Jake Wheatley was busy, unfortunately, today, he did want to send his best regards and remarks. We want to personally thank Councilman Lavelle's office as well as the Schenley Heights Collaborative for their diligent and all-world effort into making housing affordable in the city of Pittsburgh. In this neighborhood, we want to continue to support them as best as we can possible. It's really a blessed and beautiful day when we can come together and celebrate something like this. I'm so honored to be here. I know Jake is very honored to have supported these efforts, and I just want to say thank you. Oh, and I'd also like to introduce Senator Fontana.
Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon. Thank you. First, I want to certainly say how grateful I am to the Schenley Heights Collaborative, Ms. Lavelle, for your leadership. Folks like that and organizations like that make a difference in our neighborhoods. I can remember back some 8 years ago when the mayor first got in and how we talked about revitalizing neighborhoods. And that's what's happened over the last 8 years or so. Not just this neighborhood. I represent obviously a lot of neighborhoods around the city of Pittsburgh and even in the suburbs, but that need revitalization. And certainly my background's in real estate. I'm a realtor actually to this day. I can tell you when I see these types of projects, I get very excited because housing, new housing ownership is the key, right? It's the basis for our neighborhood to be revitalized and to grow again. And that's what's happening here in Schenley Heights. And I think, coming out and seeing this happen, it's very, very exciting. It is the basis. It's the formula that I talk about no matter where I go throughout the city about how to revitalize. It's home ownership. And this opportunity that's been given, that the mayor and the URA and PHDC and everyone in the city is working so hard to make home ownership a reality in all these neighborhoods, and I hope that continues into the future. So with that, I want to say thank you, and thanks for having me.
Thank you.
And let me I got to introduce the main man, it sounds like, who's the main man here today from the PHDC, from the URA, what else? We're going to take you in the land bank, we're going to put you all different places. Rich Snipes, come on up, Rich.
Thanks for those warm remarks. I'm just a worker bee like everybody else. I'm Rich Snipes, as they mentioned, Deputy Executive Director of the Pittsburgh Housing Development Corporation. I also have the privilege of also being the Assistant Director of Housing for the URA. I want to share with you that home ownership is a primary way to be able to pass wealth on for generations. It's important to us to be able to do that. There's nothing more satisfying than seeing the face of a homeowner become a first-time home buyer, something they thought was never possible to be able to achieve. We've been able to see this countless times over and over again. But yet, there are many challenges that we face when it comes to providing home ownership. Some of those challenges are construction costs. availability of housing, and then our affordability gap. But through strong commitments, committed partnerships, we've been able to tackle a lot of those challenges. I'd like to acknowledge some of those partners that made that possible for us. We've had Dollar Bank, who, under leadership of Becky Yago, have been able to help us from our inception to make loans and make this possible. No matter what we ask of Becky, Becky delivers. As crazy as it may sound, we may call and say, we need $500,000 for this or $500,000 for that. Becky finds a way to deliver that money for us. Without those kind of partnerships, we couldn't do this work. Also, in addition, we realized the cost of construction has gone through the roof. Prices are going up by somewhere like 200%. I want to acknowledge Mike Winter and his team from Lowe's. Whenever I call Mike and ask Mike for something, Mike finds a way to deliver it. The last 5 homes we did, they delivered to us 5 brand new kitchens. On that they delivered the kitchens, they installed them for us. And then to top that off, they delivered all the appliances and gave us a rock bottom price so we couldn't get from anybody else. It's those kind of partnerships that make a difference. It makes it possible for us to be able to deliver a quality home for a family. In addition to that, we also got a new partner that's come on board with us, and that's IKEA. And they're in the audience with us this afternoon. We thank them for being here. What they've been able to do for us is, in addition to providing design work for us, they're also donating furnishings for every unit that we're doing. They're going to donate at least 1 room. That's huge. And we thank IKEA for being willing to be a partner with us and provide that kind of services for our community. We couldn't do this work without partners. We have another partner that came on board with us, and that is First Commonwealth Bank. They've been willing also to provide mortgages for our homeowners, as well as take a risk with us with providing construction financing. And so for those partners, we say thank you. We can't do this work without you. Also want to thank Mrs. Lavelle and the Schenley Heights Collaborative for their partnership with us, for their patience and their trust in allowing us to be able to get this work done for them. But we also want to share with you that the work that we do is kind of unique. We use small companies to get the work done. We provide opportunities for minorities, for women, opportunities for folks who otherwise may not have a shot to be able to build their business. These are the folks that have done this work for us. Mr. Comer is here this afternoon. When you go through 802 Bryn Mawr Road, you'll see quality construction, which is done by a small company. In addition, the landscaping work that was prepared out here, the concrete we're standing on, it was done by a local small business. These are the relationships that we form to make a difference in making this happen. So I want to thank those small contractors for their willingness to work with us and for delivering a fair price, and also for being committed to the cause that we do. In closing, I'd like to make one more reminder to be able to stress a point to you. We have more work than we have partners to get this work accomplished. If you want to make a real difference in your life, in someone else's life, if you want to have a living legacy that'll last forever, join with the PHDC and the URA to help change these neighborhoods and make a change and a difference that'll last forever. So again, we truly appreciate the partners who have worked with us, who have been so generous in their giving. And now it's my pleasure to turn it back over to Diamante Walker.
Rich, before you do that, can you talk about what's going on to be able to buy one of these units?
A low-income household would be able to purchase this particular home with assistance from the URA, down payment assistance, second mortgage, 0%, no payment on it for as long as you live there, $50,000. Drives that price down drastically. In addition to that, if they qualify, they can get up to $52,000 from our partner, the Housing Authority of the City of Pittsburgh. We're also providing a down payment assistance forgivable grant of $7,500. Do the math. Becomes cheaper than what you could ever rent a house for. Right. Somewhere in the neighborhood of around taxes and insurance, I haven't done an exact calculation, probably somewhere like $500 a month. I could rent that unit for $1,500 a month in this neighborhood. So again, opportunities that we're making possible. This is only one of many that we're doing. Again, we can't do it without your help. So thanks again. Diamante.
Thank you so much, Rich. And so again, the work that you haven't seen it yet, but you're going to be blown away when you do. Just remember Rich Snipe and his team when you're in the contractors you talked about and the partners. So I again want to thank our funders, Dollar Bank, First Commonwealth, Neighborhood Allies, and the Heinz Endowments who have made this possible. And I want to add to that clarion call that we are looking for additional partnership. This is not cheap work. I've looked through the URA's couch cushions a lot of times to make this work possible. And I think if this is something that we really care about as a region, we'll come together and we'll make those critical investments. And so I want to take another moment to, as we wrap up here, to thank our elected officials. Again, Senator Fontana, Representative Wheatley, County Executive Rich Fitzgerald, Mayor Peduto, whose continued support, I need to stress, without Mayor Peduto's willingness and vision to revitalize the PHDC, to infuse new life into the PHDC, we would not be here today. And last but certainly not least, Councilman Lavelle, who has been our accountability partner, holding government accountable to invest where it matters. And so I want to thank you for coming out today, and I'm going to ask Dave Howe, who's with the PHDC and has been with the PHDC for a very long time. He's going to come up and he's going to kick off today's tour and tell you how to navigate, which streets you're going to meet on. And so, Dave, I'm going to ask you to come up and talk to our audience and get them oriented.
All right.
All right.
Okay. So today we are going to start off right here at 802 Bryn Mawr Road. If everybody has a map, I think there are ones being handed around. We're going to head down Bryn Mawr Road to Camp Street. From there, we can talk about the new construction project that we were working on with the Schenley Heights Collaborative. From there, we're going to go up past Cherokee Street, which is a series of rehabs that we'll be doing in short order, making our way all the way up to Shawnee Street, where we have one rehabilitation underway right now, with another one soon to be starting, and then we will come back down Lion Street back to this spot. So hopefully everybody has a bottle of water and has their walking shoes on, and we will start in a couple minutes. All right.